Everyone, this is Darwell20, and welcome to episode 30 of Darwell20's Let's Play of Minecraft 1.21, where today I'm getting ready to rearrange a few things in my base. I told you some of this would be temporary, and I wasn't lying. I was telling the truth. Truth-telling happened. So I might need more cables, but I think I should pull that off. That should be doable at this point. Maybe a little bit more. So what do I need more from these guys? I could probably do better than that, right? Hopefully. Yeah, I could probably pull this off. I feel like I've got... Yeah, that's doable. And then you... And that's cool. Perfect. What I want to do today is get this out of here. I did do a little bit of mining between episodes, so we have a little bit more resources. But I want to move these guys downstairs. Okay? Get this kind of positioned the way it's going to be. It's not going to be perfect yet, but it'll be getting there, at least until such time as we're ready for it. To do like the proper setup. So I'm going to do like one of these just to kind of get the ball rolling. And then I can put the crafting, recipes in there that I've got. And then I've got a few extra pattern providers, which is good because I could probably use a few extra pattern providers. Can I make one? I'm short on Fluix dust. So that's a problem we can solve. And the reason I wanted to do the first part of that is now I want to get some more dense cable. Let's say like 4-ish of them. Is that cool? Yeah, I like that. I like that number. That's a good number. I'm going to remove you, and I'm going to put a dense dude here. Now, sometimes I feel like I've run into this before. It doesn't want to, like, let you... But can I do, like, this? It just doesn't seem to want to let me put that there. But if I remove you for a sec, I should be able to put a dense here. And then put that dude back on the dense, and we're cool. Yeah. So if the quartz fiber is already there, you can't put the dense cable, but you can put the quartz cable on the dense cable, but you can't put a dense cable on a quartz cable. Hopefully, what I just said made sense. We'll see. I want to clear this out for a moment. Now that's where my connection to my drops teleporter is going. So we want to rehook that up in just a few minutes. But before I do that, I want to use my P2Ps again to get a good P2P network happening over here. So we're going to copy this channel, okay? And then we can run this stuff over here, no problem. Now, the good news is I should easily be able to... if I throw a quartz on this dude, we want to make sure that we keep these things separated, okay? Quartz fiber, that should be doable, okay? So make sure to throw another quartz fiber here. You may think you don't need to, but you do need to. This way it'll make sure that channels are not shared between this line of cabling and this line of cabling, right? So yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking to accomplish. And I think that's cool, right? And we can clarify that by saying there's two channels in use over here because it's still this P2P and the one over there, right? And this guy has currently one channel in use, and it's just this P2P, okay? Without this quartz fiber, you would see that we have 3 channels in use across the whole thing. See the difference? So that's why it's important to understand channel flow versus energy flow, because what I like about AE2 is there's complexity in the channels, and it's a fun thing, in my opinion, to automate. Now, I totally get that there are a number of people out there who do not love this mechanic. That is perfectly valid. I will not tell you that you're wrong. I personally like it. You don't. That's okay. The beauty of modded Minecraft is there's 1,000 different ways to do things. So if you want, you can go into the configs to turn off the channel control stuff. Or if you're so inclined, you can there's a few things you can do. You can use refined storage once it comes out. I think we're still waiting on refined storage a little bit, so it should be here eventually. But yeah, eventually we'll get refined storage in the pack, and you could use that. So there's a few things you could do. So let's actually run this cable over here. What I think I'm going to do... I'm okay with you staying the way you are, but I'm going to come over to this thing, and I'm just going to disconnect my farm for a minute. And to do that, I'm going to remove all this cabling, right? So we'll leave that cable in place that goes to the storage bus, and we should upgrade that to like the nicer looking cable in a bit, but meh, we'll get there. And then you, my good sir, that's fine. You know what? I might just leave you. There's no real need, especially if you're not going to be seeing it, to have the right that kind of cable there. But what we could have here then is what I'll probably do for now, at least, until we get more access to P2P stuff. And boy, do I have a lot of Certus Quartz crystals. Why do I have so many Certus Quartz crystals? Well, I bet it's because you're breaking and picking up and going into there. Yep, you are full, sir. Goodness gracious, I need to reconnect you. That's right, I broke that, and I need to fix that now. So let's actually do that right this minute. I'm like, why is my inventory so full of stuff? And it's like, oh, right, because things that I didn't fix ever. So what did I have here? I had you, so I could do that. And then we could run this across to here. And then what I'm going to have probably is a nice, thick, dense cable. Right? So I'll do this with the P2P. And then we'll load up the memory card. Okay. And then we'll have our dense cable here, which will get that back online, which will send all this stuff where it belongs. Okay, now that that is back online, all the stuff in that inventory is going to go where it goes, and we should be cool. Okay, and then we can easily add a connection here, which will be one channel. So now this dense cable has two channels coming out of it. Okay, and I might want to do something like this. Is there any reason that we're so low here, or could I go up one level? It'll just make my life easier for what I'm about to do. See, running cable, in my opinion, running cables is fun. I think it's cool, okay? Now I'm gonna run smart cables down here, but not the dense ones yet. I may in the future run dense, we'll see. Okay, so that connects back to here. So what I'm gonna probably wanna do is go back a few more. So let's break you. Close. There we are. Now what should happen, because there's no... Yeah, it goes into my inventory because there's nowhere... The drops teleporter is active at the moment, but like... There's no valid drops teleporter location. So, yeah. Alright, cool. So for now, we'll just clean up a little bit here. And then we can have pattern providers ready to go on these guys. Does that sound cool? Now I'm gonna temporarily not have a pattern provider here, but shortly we will. So that means for you, we're gonna have... Is that cool? And then we bring that down right here. Is that online? Did I miss one? I might have missed one. Yep, missed one. Okay. So that's going to bring, what, 5-ish online? And then there'll be a 6th once I have another one to have. Okay. Now with that properly configured, I should be cool to make some patterns. Yes? So there's some things I'm going to want to set up here. So what I'm going to do, sometimes I program this where I just insert specific items and then have it, but I'm going to do a better way. My opinion, a better way. So put all this away, put all this away. Lots of junk in inventory, but that's okay. We'll clean it all up shortly. We'll see. I'll hang on to those. Well, I probably don't need them at the moment. Cool. All right, so what I'm going to say is we're going to teach this thing how to make all the different components from AE2 processors and whatnot. Okay, so if we want processors, we're going to need to know how to make a logic processor. And we're going to need more patterns while we're at it. Oh, I didn't program patterns. I should program patterns. I don't think I programmed quartz glass either, for that matter. But let's see. Can I get another pattern? Nope. That's okay. I'll get one the old-fashioned way. So now I should be cool to make a couple of these, right? Good. And then over here, we can program how to make that, right? So we've got plenty of Certus quartz dust. We know how to make glass. Now we can have this. So now if I go to patterns, here's where things start getting cool. It's like, hey, I've got glass. I've got Certus quartz dust. I have to make quartz glass so that I can make blank patterns. This is where the bytes thing starts to grow. So like the more stuff you're making and the more steps in the steps of making it, the more bytes it uses up. Cool. So now it's cooking, and we've got good stuff. Nice. All right, so let's go back to that. A2 processors. Yeah. So logic processor is this. Calculation processor is this. You know what else I should do? I should do printed is this, but I'm going to do it without the piece that's always in there. So basically what I'm saying is you put gold ingot in, you get printed logic circuit out, which is the way you want this to work because, you know, even though the recipe is truly that you need to insert an inscriber logic press, that's just always there, and it's just going to sit there. So I think we're cool. Look at this circuit slicer. Oh my goodness, what is this? This thing is neat. Oh, cool. That's cool. We're gonna have to check out this extended AE because it seems like there's a lot of cool stuff in there, and I'm looking forward to checking that. We'll check it out in the future. Don't worry, there's plenty to do. Plenty to do, right? So here's my calculation processor. Same deal. I'm gonna say this, but only with Certus quartz crystal. Okay. And then we'll have our diamond one, which will go here, and then this guy for that, right? Now I'm just going to put this in here temporarily so I can also tell it how to make silicon. Okay. And then we're going to want Certus quartz dust. We should have plenty of, but Fluix dust, we want to teach it how to make, right? And that's going to be that pattern. And then we can go bring these all downstairs and add them in. Double downstairs, right? So Fluix dust goes in here. This will be your silicon press. Right? This will be your calculation, so that would be this dude. This will be your diamond, and this will be your gold. And now if I want another pattern provider, no problem, we can craft the Fluix dust we need. And you'll notice the Fluix dust is auto-crafting. Now let's configure the auto output. So auto export produced items will be auto exported through any extraction side. I guess that's cool. I guess that's good. My concern would be auto extract. I want to make sure it always kind of goes into the back, but I guess we'll see what happens and if it becomes a problem. Because I don't know what order it will go in if it can accept from any side. So this guy could push into here, which might be a problem. So we want to be careful about that. But I want it to extract and insert from the same side. And I think if I do this, top and bottom can be extracted from only, which is not what I want. So any side, input slots cannot be extracted from, right? And produce items will be auto-exported through any extraction side or not. Yeah, so let's just turn on auto-extract for everything. Okay. That's cool. Did you work, pattern provider? Like, what are you currently doing? Yeah, you did. Okay. So now let's try and autocraft like a circuit, right? So if we look at AE2 here, we should be able to request. Well, you've got a few of them. Oh, that's right. What I need to do is put in here these three. Cool. Now we're cool. So if I said I want like 10 of these, we're missing silicon, which I can teach up here that silicon I think you've got the wrong silicon, but we'll find out in a minute, and then I'll teach you guys how to fix that, because that's a problem that happens sometimes, right? put this, this, and this. We'll see if the right silicon's in the pattern. So as soon as I put this in here, it should now know how to make that, okay? Yeah, it has the wrong silicon, so let's fix that. So you have the wrong silicon pattern. AE tries to be smart and will use a pattern that it knows how to autocraft, but if it doesn't know how to autocraft, it guesses, and sometimes it gets it wrong. And it chose Ender IO silicon. So all I'm going to do is like look it up again, and this time it chose AE2 silicon because AE2 silicon is autocraftable. So because it said like, oh yeah, I know how to make that one, that's the one I'm going to use for my patterns, and that should be cool. So now I should be able to ask for like 10 of these, and you'll notice it's going to turn 7 Certus quartz dust into silicon, and then turn that into printed silicon because we have 3 available, so we need 7 more in order to make the 10. We also have 4 of these available, but we need 6 more, so we're going to make 6 gold ingots. And then we hit start, and then back away, and we'll see everything's running. How cool is that? My response is exceedingly cool, and I hope that you agree, because I think it's very cool. And then our logic process. That's awesome. Oh, it feels so good. Once you get autocrafting like up and running and it's all it's a very exciting and good feeling because you're like, yes, now I can really get into automation and like knocking out cool stuff. All right, we'll be back in a moment. All right, so I have an idea and I want to try it just to see how I feel about it. But this is taking up a lot of space. Could I maybe go with me on this? Let's turn off. Okay, hammer's off. So yeah, give me all that coal. I keep converting my coal into like the cool coal, and like yeah, that's rapidly becoming a problem for me. But yeah, we're getting low on coal. You also see I made some more polymorphic catalyst because yes. But yeah, I'm definitely getting lowish on coal. So at some point soon we're gonna have to like figure out another power source for our base. But I wanted to try this only because it occurs to me like maybe I should try doing things a little differently than I normally do. So what if instead of this, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What if we did 3 and 3? There's no reason I can't do that, right? I feel like the answer is that's fine, right? So like what I could do is you and you, and you and you, and that's gold, and that's diamond. And that would be you and you, and that would be Certus, right? Calculation press. And that would be silicon and speed, right? And then this one would be this with these 3 in it and speed. This would get this guy and speed. Would that be cool? I feel like it could be cool, right? And you give me a nice range of 1. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm on board with that. And then we could loop it into this network over here, and we could save this room for something else in the future. I think I'm cool with that. Not only do I think I'm cool with that, I think I'm very cool with that. Okay, so then we just get some more smart cable fluics. I've got a bunch of U, so I should be able to convert. Hey, where's my smart dude? Oh, I'm out of glowstone. Oh my goodness. How's it even possible? I guess I am out of glowstone. My oh my. Guess who's popping off to the nether real quick? Hello, llamas. One thing I noticed, which is not great, right? It's not great. We'll be able to make this. There we go. My pickaxes. I don't think glowstone has any kind of correct tool to use, and my tools only work. Their abilities only work like vein ore miner and all that only works when you have the correct tool, right? That's also true for hammer, right? Like hammer, if you're hammering stone and dirt, it won't. Yeah. So one little nuisance, and I should probably just special case this for glowstone, is glowstone doesn't have any kind of correct tool as far as I know. Yeah, glowstone is all special, and I don't have a tool. So none of my abilities work on it because, like I said, all my abilities work exclusively based on I have the correct tool for this block, right? It's why you can't hammer dirt with my pickaxe. That said, I have a paxel, so if you want to hammer dirt with your pickaxe, go for it. But the paxel also says if it's the correct tool, right? So like you won't be able to hammer oak. Well, no, the paxel works with. There's probably some block that you can't hammer, but yes, you get the idea, right? So even hammer ain't working. Okay. Let's get out of here. I like my portal gun. I'm just saying, I'm quite proud of it. All right, so now you guys go home. You go in here. That should be cool. And we're back to playing behind the walls. See, I'm trying really hard to make this at least be neat. I'm not going to say it looks good, but I will say that it's neat. Okay, so 6 channels over there, 4 channels down there, 1 going that way. And now we have a slightly... That's different than I normally do it. And I think that's cool. Right? And then if I wanted to, I could get like a whole bunch of glass. Can I get like 100 more glass? No, we're short on sand. Really need to do that sand automation. Haven't decided how. But like what we can do now is something like that. And that's cool, right? So now from AE2, like, you know, give me 2 of these. It's going to autocraft everything. And you can kind of see everything running behind the... How cool is that? Right? Are you guys all behaving or is something break? Did something not work? He may have auto-pushed something the way I didn't want him to. Inscriber, you are... Oh, he didn't remember my settings. Sorry, Glass. Auto export will be exported. Auto export, auto export, auto export, auto export, and auto export. Now, did you go in here? You did, in a place that I didn't want you to do. So remember I said I wasn't sure how it was going to handle that? I think we just ran into that situation. I guess auto export, he decided to go somewhere that I wouldn't have wanted him to. If I shift this around, I should be cool. I just want to make sure. If I... Yeah. Give me a sec to think, because I bet there's a pattern I can put this in where it won't be able to export to where I don't want it to go. All right, so here's this deal. You ready for this? If I set these two to only access certain slides, automation can access slots from specific sides, top and bottom slots can be extracted from. So what I think that means is they won't be allowed to be inserted from. So you can only extract from the top or bottom. They won't be able to push into these because the bottom ones have presses. So they'll only be allowed to push to the top. So I should be able to boop, boop. And then we'll see if it goes ahead and pushes, right? So if we AE2 this guy, like let's get a calculation processor. Does that sound cool? I think you pushed despite the fact that you can't do that. Top and bottom slots can be extracted from. cancel you. That did not work the way I wanted it to. So you're sending it up there anyway. Look at you being a bum. Actually, it's almost like it's reversed, right? Top and bottom slots can be extracted from. Like, it's not allowing it to insert in here because of this. And now it is. So it's like this tooltip's reversed. It's a little bit of. So I think what I'm going to do is have the calculation and the silicon on top. We'll have the logic and the engineering be on the bottom. Would that be smart? Or is he going now he's going to push to there still? Bummer. What if we do it like this, where these four are up top, and the bottom one will be these two? So now if I put a gold in here, that still went in there. Bummer. So what if we just separated them by one block? Would that be cool? And then behind the walls, we could just do that. All right, so I think this looks good. Do you guys think that looks good? I this is cool, right? So these four, because they have the things in them, will not accept items. And then those two are the empty ones, one for the flux dust and one for the combined. And that works, functionally speaking. So I think that's cooler. And the reason I think that's cooler is because it is. It's just a fact. And also, it saves me a lot of space. So I didn't need to take up like a ton of space here. Way more compact. I need to start thinking to build vertically more. It's just something I'm not good at thinking about. So, you know, is what it is. So now if I came in here and I said, hey, I want some pattern providers, like 30 of them, right? We're just going to need some Fluix crystals. I think Fluix crystal automation and charger automation would be two very cool things to do, right? So like first, I can remove all this, which I think is neato, right? And you're on still? And then I can get rid of this. So I'm like consolidating all the manual automation, which is an ironic term, but it still makes sense. I'm consolidating all of that such that now we can have, you know, better automations of Stuth. So that should be cool. Let's see, where can I put the charger now? Because I want the charger to live somewhere nice. I'm wondering if I could like sneak it into one of these spots. Because I could, right? In theory, I could just stick the charger like right there. Ain't no reason I couldn't. So can I have one pattern provider? I can. Hooray. So what I could do is that. And then all we would need to do is have the charger. Now, I'm pretty sure the charger, he will get energy from his adjacent friends, but I don't think he'll auto-output. So we're going to have to do something to get him to auto-output, right? And what that could be you, right? I could be persuaded. What I'll do is I will, nope, wrong wrench. No, what I want is you, but then don't shift click, just regular click, right? Yeah. And then normal click, and then extract. Ignored. And then we can go make a recipe that says charged Certus goes in here, right? Are there any other recipes for the charger? Yes. but nothing particularly exciting unless we eventually get to charged redstone crystals from applied flux, which I do want to check out at some point during the series. So yeah, I think that sounds cool. So then over here, we should be able to access this pattern provider. So now if I say I want like 10 charged crystals and hit next, this should work. So once it decides to go ahead and charge itself, there you go. Nice. That works, right? I'm 100% on board with that. That's cool. And then we could put speed upgrades in here to extract and transfer faster. It's only going 2 blocks, so it's not terrible. But if we wanted to, we could absolutely use these cool guys now because we have access to capacity cards, right? So we could definitely, you know, we don't need this one. We don't need that one. We want item speed, right? Up to 3 supported on item speed. That's cool. Right, yeah, I like that. Yeah, because the piston only has 1 supported. It's funny, because like if you want to use vanilla items, it only can go up to 1x, but like mechanism or AE can support up to 3x. So that's interesting. But yeah, acceleration cards would make them faster. So out of curiosity, I just want to see what it looks like because I'm curious like what the max speed is. So I should be easily able to get 3 acceleration cards, and if I put them in here, and then I said give me 10 more, it won't craft any faster, but the item zipping through the pipe, definitely faster. See how much faster it's going through the pipe there? It's very quick. I like that. That's cool. It's not crazy fast, but it's fast. I'm okay with that. All right, so I think that's a good wrapping up point for the episode. So what I'm going to do is clear all this out, and that should be cool. And now we're good to go. And then I can have you do thing. Thank you. I thought you would vacuum in there. Okay, there you go. Yes, cool. Yeah, you guys had to be cleaned out as well. Cool. So we'll wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. I think we've got a very nice foundation. We do need to get Fluix going next. So I'd like to automate the dropping of Fluix crystals, right, into water and the collecting thereof. And we'll find a nice spot for that to live. But for now, it's wrapping up point. So that was my sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We'll come back next time and have some more fun automating bits of AE. And then obviously we have lots of other mods and fun things to check out. So for now, take it easy.